You know the 1,000-pound sisters is back in action. Got my own show, I'm the main attraction. Dropping these pounds and I'm looking fine. Yeah, got a new man, don't touch him, he's mine. Yeah, they locked me up and I went to jail. But I got that TLC money, so I made bail. Oh, and fuck that Camel at Tennessee Zoo. If we see you in the streets, we gon' turn them into stew. Yeah, I got a new boo, new shoes, a new mood. Can't let my family tell me what to do. I'm a bad bitch.
All right, look, I know what you're thinking. What the hell did I just watch? I couldn't come up with any witty jokes or clever comments for an intro, but you know what I'm also good at? Making stupid jingles. So I decided that I would make a cute little song for Amy because she's gonna be my main topic star of today's video. So I hope you enjoyed that, but today we are here to recap and review the very first episode of the newest season of 1,000-Pound Sisters. And I've been waiting on this shit to drop ever since we saw that bomb-ass juicy trailer. So let's just get straight into it. But first, right before we get into it, I just want to thank you guys so much for 5,000 subscribers. I know that it doesn't seem like a lot, but to me it's a huge milestone. And yeah, yes, Nova? Sorry guys, my cat has something to say, apparently. So here she is.
Hello minions, thanks for 5k. However, this is merely the beginning of our empire. I now demand 10,000 subscribers. I meant subscribers. So you will like and subscribe to the channel or catch these paws.
Well, you heard the cat. The new sub goal is 10,000 subscribers, so if you can please help me out by subscribing and hitting that like button so YouTube knows my videos are worth a damn. Okay, now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this thing. So this season pops off with a cold open of the camel incident, and we again get to see that funny ass clip of Amy getting bit by that camel.
Gage and Glenn just love being around animals, and I heard about this zoo in Tennessee that you can drive through and you can pet them and you can feed the animals. And I'm like, oh, that would be perfect.
That's a big dude.
You're a big mother trucker.
What do you think? You like the safari park?
The camel just bit me.
Mother.
And I'm sorry, I know that's mean to say. I'm pretty sure it was painful and scary at the time, but it's just the way she screamed and like the look on the camel's face, y'all. Like that camel is a straight freaking gangster. And you know he paid off the cops to get Amy framed. He runs that whole zoo and the surrounding area. Everybody got to answer to Mr. Camel around there. He's like an old school mobster. Like everybody's scared of him, but they still respect him. So after we see that scene again, the screen goes black and on screen it says, 3 weeks earlier. Dun dun dun. I said, okay, TLC. I see what y'all doing. Y'all trying to get a little editing, a little storytelling going on. I see what y'all are doing this season. So we see Amy playing with the kids out in the yard. She's in high spirits. And Amy says that she's been feeling blessed and highly favored because she has a new man in her life.
Life is going great right now because I got some big news. I met a boy. Well, I met a man.
Who she met at a concert, and apparently they went to go get street tacos, and they've been together ever since.
We were in the marsh pit and we were talking and singing and stuff, and we went to go get street tacos and we haven't been apart since. His name is Brian. He's a news reporter.
Hold up. He's a news reporter? Oh, hell no. That is the last thing I would guess for this man's occupation. If he's a news reporter, then I'm a freaking professional bodybuilder. Okay, I'm an IFBB pro. Now, am I judging a book by its cover? Yes. That's exactly what I'm doing. Like he looked like he would work in a tobacco plant or something like that. Like he's an Uber driver at best. Ain't no way this man is on somebody's national broadcast service, bro. He must be freelance. Like he must be one of those freelance independent reporters. Like he's a storm chaser or something like that. Like it gotta be. Regardless, Amy is happy as a pig in mud. And also, big update, Amanda is now living with her.
Amanda's moved back to Kentucky, and she's moved in with me, but it's only temporary. Bitch better be out in a couple months.
So everything was great when I went to Florida, and then things turned out not to be so great. And I found out that Prince Charming was not so charming after all.
The bitch said she would never come back from Florida. I knew that bitch would be back.
Yeah, Amanda and Amy, these two.
The damn thing, Amy. Get the out of my face. Man, get your hands off of Man, get the
Now, last season, Amanda moved to Florida to be with her new boyfriend, and her family was giving her a hard time about it. At the time, I did defend Amanda because I felt like the family was being a bit controlling. And then, come to find out, this heifer already broke up with the boyfriend, moved back home to Kentucky, and now living with her family after she said that she was never moving to Kentucky again. And she just got me out here looking freaking stupid. Like, I am never freaking defending this girl again. This entire family is just trifling. Now, Amanda says this is a win-win symbiotic relationship because she needs a place to stay and Amy needs help with the kids.
I think that we're both at a point in our lives where we both just need to lean on each other. She needs some help with the kids, and I need a place to stay. So it's a win-win for both of us.
She even has the nerve to say that Amy needs her more than she needs Amy right now because Amy needing help with them kids, and she knows what she's doing with the kids.
To be honest, she needs me here more than I need a place to stay. I am a little bit more knowledgeable in raising kids.
I was like, I don't know about that, sis. Like, I completely understand what you're saying because Amy do be needing help with them badass kids. But at the same time, I don't know if you can compare that to a place to stay, to a roof over her head, especially if she's not paying rent. I don't know. What do you guys feel about that situation? Do you think that's a fair trade? Amy says that this is not going to be a permanent thing, that she's going to give her a couple months, and then Amanda needs to hit the road, Jack. Probably because, you know, Amy wants to move in her new man or something like that, but Amy says this is not going to be a permanent situation. We then get to catch up with Tammy for the first time this season, who gives us a big weight loss update. Y'all, this girl has lost 500 pounds.
I'm down 500 pounds now, around 500. When I was at my heaviest, I was 700 plus pounds. Right now, I'm weighing in at 238. Everybody keeps telling me I look smaller than Amy.
That is amazing. Say what you want about her, and we will get into her faults and her downfalls, but she did that shit, y'all. 500 pounds?
And how does that make you feel?
So demure, so mindful. So cutesy. I can't believe what they did.
Tammy says that she is feeling dainty and demure, and I was like, you know what? Work, queen. Work. She absolutely deserves to feel like that bitch, in my opinion. She also mentions that she has been avoiding the family lately, which is going to be a part of the storyline this season, especially Brittany, Chris's wife, because anytime she is together with Brittany and Chris, she says that Brittany gets a bit territorial.
I think Brittany is probably a jealous person.
She says that she was getting blamed for stuff that wasn't her fault, and also anytime they would go out somewhere together, Brittany would try to like cut in between her and Chris and hit Tammy with her big ass purse.
If we were like walking down the road or in the elevator, she would cut in between us and hit me with her big purse.
Y'all, I fell out laughing. Not the big ass purse. I just imagine freaking Brittany coming in with one of them I Love Jesus embroidered Southern purses and just smacking freaking Tammy in the arm and shoulder with it. Now, y'all think she was doing that shit on purpose, or you think Tammy's tripping? Tammy said, I told that bitch if she hits me with that purse one more time, I was gonna throw it in the traffic. And you bet she stopped then.
She did it one day like 3 times. I said the next time she does it, I'm gonna grab her purse and throw it in the damn oncoming traffic. She stopped doing it afterwards.
Y'all, Tammy is like a chaotic neutral. She just chooses violence every time. She's like the group antagonist of the story, like the one that was always a bit iffy and then something happens to initiate their whole villain arc. That's Tammy. So we also get to catch up with Chris and Brittany. Chris is recovering from his first skin removal and he is feeling confident. He is very happy that he can see his dick now, which is, you know, understandable. I feel like I would also be excited about that if I had one.
One of the best things about not having a belly roll, I can see what you know? Dr. Turner took off the bandages. I was like, damn, I can see what you know? That's what I'm sitting here thinking the whole time he's looking at stitches and
However, he still has a problem with his old grandpa saggy titties.
I got a nice flat stomach and some old man saggy titties. I'm a man and I got bigger titties than most women.
Now, okay, this is going to be a rare moment where Momo's going to open up and be vulnerable. Do not let me regret this. But I completely relate to Chris with the grandma titties thing. When I lost weight, I went from my biggest being a size F bra size to a size C. So yeah, my grandma titties would probably put Chris's to shame. But I know it hits different being a cis male and having, like, you know, big saggy boobs. You know what I mean? I'm sure that he wants to get that removed. I want mine snatched up too. We in the same boat. Now, Chris does admit that he's been kind of pulled between his sister, Tammy, and his wife, Brittany. And he says that Brittany does get a little jealous if she feels like he's been paying too much attention to Tammy.
Hi, Bubba. Will you come and get the chairs, please?
Yeah,
I got my bag ready if you want to come get it.
all right, I'm on my way. My wife does have a little bit of a jealous streak, and she'll make little comments if she feels that I'm paying too much attention to Tammy. Yeah, it gets rough at times. I ain't gonna lie there.
And y'all, I'm actually so glad this is a part of the storyline this season because, and I am not taking Tammy's side when I say this, trust me, but I have always kind of had those vibes from Brittany that she is like really, really attached to Chris. And obviously you're going to be attached to your life partner, but I'm talking about in like a go through your phone too much kind of way. And like a text you 20 times while you're out doing errands kind of way. And listen, I could be wrong. I don't know the in and outs of their relationship, but as a person who has watched literally every season of this show, she really, really does give me those vibes, especially with her personality and everything. Like, she seems like she is only comfortable around Chris. And I cannot find the clip for the life of me, guys. If I find it, I will put it in here. But I just keep thinking about something really small that Misty said last season when she was explaining how Chris is like being worn thin with all his responsibilities. And she was going on about how, you know, he's trying to fix up the house for Tammy and he's trying to work and blah, blah, blah. And she also says, keeping Brittany ... the way she wants to be kept.
I've definitely noticed Chris has spread a little thin lately. Doing the house, working, running errands for Tammy, you know, trying to keep Brittany the way she wants to be kept. And just, yeah, I'd pull my hair out.
And it was something really small, but like I ingrained that into my head, into my freaking 1,000-pound sister's lore. I catch everything, okay? I'm very observant of the storytelling, the editing, everything TLC chooses to lead in and possibly why. So personally, I think it's believable that Brittany gets a little territorial and a little jealous over Chris, because I've brought up in previous videos that Chris does really like put a lot of time and energy into Tammy. And I'm pretty sure at some point, you know, Brittany is like, you know, what about me? You know. So this might be brought up later in the season, but let's just take note of it for now. Let's just put a pin in it. But trust and believe, we will get down to the bottom of it. So all the family is going out for this family fun day on the lake. So Chris, Tammy, and Brittany hop in the car and head there. Of course, they start talking some shit about Amanda and how she's back home. Y'all know that they have to talk shit about each other for half the episode. But hey, I'm a commentary YouTuber. I literally shit talk for a living. So Tammy had particularly strong feelings about the situation and says that bitch Amanda got what she deserved. She's like, look at her now, back home, couch surfing, and single.
Amanda got what she deserves. She got down there and was so headstrong about this man. And I'm not saying I wouldn't too. And now look at you. You're back, you're living with Amy, and you're single. Karma.
Like, Tammy did not have to comfort her like that, bro. She is literally like the queen of pettiness. So they also talk about how Tammy is getting ready for skin surgery and is trying to quit vaping. And according to Chris, this means that the floodgates of hell have been opened and the whole family has just been getting scathed because Tammy is going through those nicotine withdrawals, and y'all know how her attitude is.
I'm really worried about Tammy being able to give up the vapes. We've all paid the price for the beefing and the arguing. So, just leave it there.
So the family pulls up to this lake and they got this obstacle course out there looking like something from Wipeout. And I'm not gonna lie, to me this looks fun as hell. I would wear myself out on this thing and then sleep good when I get home, like a kid when you take them to the park. But both Tammy and Amy refuse to get in. Brittany also sits this one out. Apparently they don't trust the lifesaver vest for some reason.
I ain't doing that. They lost their damn minds.
Tammy, what are you guys willing to do?
I ain't doing
Cheer
that.
on.
Cheer on.
Cheer on. I can't swim.
You got a vest on.
So?
Floats.
I don't go in the water unless my feet touch, even in a preserver. I don't chance this little BS vest.
And hey, if water is not your thing, that's fine. The problem is that Tammy is a hater, even though she's the one that refused to go in the water. Now, Tammy does explain that she is still dealing with a lot of physical limitations. We see her struggle just walking on the dock.
You all right, Tammy?
I'm not gonna be able to stand here this whole time.
Just stay right there, Tammy. You ain't got to go no further than this
I
right
have
here.
to, my
No,
legs
you don't.
hurt, yes.
So it's really hard to say what Tammy can't do and what she holds herself back from doing. But I personally feel like she could have at least tried to get in the water, dip a toe, do something. Like, typically the water is actually easier on the body, and I just feel like she refuses to push herself outside of her comfort zone. So the family starts having fun in the lake, you know, playing around on the obstacle course, and we see Tammy sitting out by herself, all mad, just hating, sitting there watching from the sidelines and talking shit, just like a hater, y'all. She's feeling really left out and excluded from the rest of the group, so she starts throwing a Tammy tantrum about it.
Oh, all over this. This ain't fun. How's this family day? There's nothing I can do here.
Come on now. You ain't always got to be the center of attention. I didn't get in the water, and I was still fine.
Fun? It's stupid.
Now, here's the thing, y'all. Her feeling left out or whatever, that's valid. Like, it's okay that she feels that way. The problem is that Tammy doesn't have the emotional intelligence or the emotional control to handle her emotions in a mature and healthy manner. So instead of talking to her family about it like an adult, she channels it all into anger, which is typically a sign of low emotional intelligence. I mean, I think. I actually don't know. I kind of just pulled that fact out of my ass, but it seems like it would make sense that those two things correlate, okay? Now, I talk a lot more extensively about Tammy holding herself back and her inability to deal with negative emotions in my age regression video, so if you haven't seen it, go check it out after you watch this one. But basically, this is nothing new for Miss Tammy. I have been said that this is a root of a lot of her issues. So after the lake, the family goes out to eat except for Tammy, who is still throwing a tantrum and saying that nobody cares about her, ... You know how she is.
I'm tired of the same and nobody seems to care.
The only reason I can think of Tammy acting like this is because she is trying to quit vaping, and it's just making her downright cantankerous.
So the family talk about it at lunch, and they explain that Tammy has been excluding her own damn self, and she refuses to talk to them about her feelings.
Nobody made her sit on the sidelines. She should have come to us and talked to us and said, hey, when you all were out there, this is how you made me feel. And we could have been like, hey, sis, that was not our intentions.
And they also talk some more about how Tammy has been really elusive lately and has been up to something.
Have y'all been talking to her lately?
Just on the text message, the group.
I'll go 7 to 10 days without seeing her.
We will get to what's going on with that a bit later in this video. Now, I had already figured out what Tammy has been up to, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys, so let's wait until the end of this episode where all is revealed. During this lunch, the topic of weight loss also comes up, and Amy explains that the doc wanted her to get down to 200 to get skin surgery, and she has about 16 pounds to go. She says that her only problem is remembering to eat because she gets so busy as a single mom, she forgets to eat.
Losing weight. It's easy for me because I'm always outdoors, I'm always sweating, I'm always active. That part's easy, it's just finding time to eat. I get so wrapped up in actual physically activity, I forget the eating part.
And I'm like, girl, what the fuck ever. I'm sure she is busy with the kids, so I'm sure her frequency of eating might has gone down, but you gotta be eating something, ma'am, because Tammy is starting to look a little bit smaller than you, if not the same size, so you eating something. Brittany also mentions that she's starting to feel like the fat one, and I feel like that's understandable because she is the only one that hasn't gone on this big weight loss journey.
I don't want to be the fat sister left behind. Everybody's losing weight and I'm just staying the same.
And I don't think that Brittany is dangerously chunky. Like, she's not at a dangerous, high level, alert level of chunk. She just has a belly on her, but it's all about what's best for her, her health, and her happiness. So I wonder if she will be pursuing weight loss this season herself. They also bring up Amy's new boo, Brian, and Amanda claims that, like, he's actually good for her because they're both into horror and, like, Halloween shit, I guess.
Look, I know that I've got to spend a lot more time with Brian than what you all have, but Brian is good to Amy. The Halloween, like, he's into all that stuff, same as Amy.
And I'm like, okay, so me and my ex both like video games. It still didn't work out. Now, Amy is talking about how they want to get married in a haunted house, not this year, but in a couple of years.
So
we want to get married in a haunted house. It ain't gonna be anytime soon. It might be next year and next year after that, but it ain't this year.
Y'all, at this point in the timeline, she has only known this man for a month, and she's already planning a fucking haunted Halloween wedding spooktacular. I don't even have commentary for this. The family already roasted her for me.
You cannot date somebody for 6 months and know that they're the one for you to have the rest of your life.
They ain't been together for 6 months. They've been together 6 weeks.
She doesn't want to be alone.
So the next segment is Chris and Brittany inviting Tammy and Misty over for dinner, especially since Tammy has been distant, and it's really just another excuse to have another shit talking session. They talk about Amy's new man and how they're moving way too damn fast, and they also talk about Amy and Amanda living together and how that is basically just a ticking time bomb.
Amy's been notorious though for moving extremely way too fast.
She doesn't think things through.
Every blind squirrel every now and then finds a nut. So hopefully her blind ass will find a good nut. What do you think about Amanda and Amy living together?
Our track records ain't gonna be very damn long.
Tammy says that she feels bad for Amy because dealing with Amanda means that you also have to deal with her boys.
If you take Amanda, you're taking her boys and all their friends. They just do what the they want.
And like I said in my previous videos, I do think these boys seem like some nincompoops. Like, I'm not siding with Tammy, but I'm sorry, those boys do look rambunctious and shit to me. Like, they seem like they would get into some trouble and then go to their mom and be like, we didn't do nothing. Like, I just feel like they would do that. I don't know them, but they really give me those vibes. Anyway, after the dinner, Chris tries to tell Tammy that they should hang out more, but Tammy is not super receptive to it. And again, she says that she has not been telling her family what she's been up to because she doesn't need their judgment.
I don't talk to my family about where I'm going or who I'm with. I don't want to be judged. It's none of their business.
And when we explain what Tammy has been up to and here in a minute, I kind of understand where she is coming from, okay? The next segment is Amanda helping Amy get ready for a date with her new boo, Brian. And we get to learn some more fun facts about their beautiful month-long relationship, such as how they got matching Jack Skeleton tattoos together.
Me and Brian, our love is scary. You know, we're moving so fast, but yet It just makes sense. So we got a tattoo to remind us of that. And we probably got them in like our second date, so like a week after we met.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Now, off-topic side rant, and don't get offended when I say this, but what is up with white people's obsession with Jack Skellington? I'm not judging. I'm just really trying to understand because, see, I watched the movie and I'm just not getting the hype. Y'all sit there and act like he's like the freaking Keanu Reeves of Halloween. Homeboy didn't even want to do Halloween anymore. He was sick and tired of Halloween. And then you want to sit there and kidnap Santa Claus, giving Santa Claus PTSD, all because he wanted to bite somebody else's swag, want to copy what Christmastown had going on. Anyway, back to Amy and Brian and the 1,000-Pound Sisters. These are grown-ass people that we're talking about who don't even know each other. But I'm not that surprised because we're talking about any man Amy here, or at least that's what I like to call her. She'll take any man that's willing to give her the time of day. She's gonna go on to say that she wasn't attracted to him at first, but there was something special about him.
I didn't think I'd like him, you know. Even I told him, I wasn't attracted to you at first. I don't know, there's just something about you that I said yes to, and we haven't been separated since.
Yeah, I know what that special thing was. He was giving you some fucking attention. It doesn't matter if he was a news reporter or a hitman. It doesn't matter if he was 50 years old or 18. It doesn't matter if he liked horror movies or he liked My Little Pony. She just wants to be with someone. She just thinks a man is gonna make her happy. She's like, we're moving so fast, but it just makes sense.
Me and Brian, our love is scary, you know. We're moving so fast, but yet it just makes sense.
Bitch, mixing Alfredo sauce and white chocolate makes sense to you. You don't have any damn sense to make. Then get this, y'all. She has the nerve to say they've been talking about getting her tubes untied so they can have another baby.
I was talking about me getting my tubes untied to have another baby.
I'm not sure if she's thinking with her vajayjay or what, but she should go have a cold shower, and he should too.
Y'all, she better just be saying that for the show or Momo is going to blow. Because I'm gonna let you know right now, if I ever hear that this heifer is actually pregnant again, I'm gonna crash out. I don't even know if I'll be able to monetize the video I am gonna make on it because I am gonna drag her from the rooter to the tutor. So Amanda goes on to warn Amy that she should probably take it slow because people will switch up on you.
Take it slow, because sometimes it's that snowball effect where they treat you some type of way for so long, and then after you've been together for 2 or 3 months, you really start to see how they start to treat you.
And Amy is all like, well, I think he's the one, and what am I supposed to do? Ruin my whole relationship just to take it slow? I'm not doing that.
I do appreciate Amanda's concern, but what if it's meant to be? Like, do I really want to break up my whole relationship to move slow or something? I'm not doing that, no.
Guys, I just can't. I come on here and I try so hard not to just get on this camera and call her a straight up idiot. Like, I try so hard to have some kind of understanding, some kind of patience with this woman, but I can't do it anymore. Like, I don't know what the opposite of common sense is, but that's what Amy has. She has the mind of like a 16-year-old horny teenager, but she's in the body of a grown-ass woman. So no one is able to stop this train wreck from happening. Now, is there a chance that Amy actually found the one and these two are gonna have a long, healthy, happy relationship? Sure. Just like there's a chance that this video is gonna go viral and I'm gonna wake up to 100,000 subscribers. But guess what? I'm not betting on either. So at the end of this episode, we finally get to figure out what's been going on with Tammy and what she's been up to. Surprise, surprise, she also has a new boo thing.
There's something I haven't told my family. Amy's not the only one that's been seeing somebody new. So have I.
Called it, because what else are they going to do with their lives? They don't work. They don't have much passions or hobbies or like life skills to work on, and being in a relationship has always been one of their top priorities. Now, the reason why I understand why Tammy might want to keep this away from her family is because her family can be a lot. They are very overbearing, very protective, very opinionated, and on top of everything else, they ratchet as hell. Like, they're gassy, they're freaky, and they are an acquired taste. Plus, if you're looking at the surface level of things, you can argue that Tammy does deserve some privacy. I mean, she is a grown-ass woman, but the problem is she don't act like it all the time. The problem is that both Tammy and Amy do not have a good track record when it comes to making life decisions. So Tammy mentions that she is indeed seeing a girl this time. She has already told us that she doesn't feel comfortable dating men after Caleb's passing. And I have already said how I feel about this in my age regression video.
I have been seeing someone for the past couple months, and the person I'm dating is a woman. A few years ago, I came out as pansexual, but after Caleb passing, I don't want to be with men anymore.
But as a pansexual person myself, I really don't think that she should be limiting herself down to one gender, especially for these reasons. Like, that feels like an unhealthy way to cope with his passing, and I really don't think that Tammy should be dating at all right now if she has not completely processed Caleb's passing to the point where, like, she can't even be with another man. But like I said, grown-ass women, and they're gonna do whatever the hell they want to do. So the episode ends with Tammy pulling up to a date with her new girl, but we actually don't get to see her or meet her until the next episode.
Tonight I have a date with my girlfriend.
Hello. How many you got bowling?
2.
I put you on lane 10.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, I'm really hoping that Tammy has found someone half decent, but I'm very curious to meet this new side character. So that's it. That was episode 1. I think it was a okay first episode. It was nothing mind-blowing, but it did set up the storyline for this season. And honestly, I just can't wait to get into the camo drama. That's what I'm here for. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. What do you think of Tammy and Amy's new relationships? Is Brittany jealous and clingy, or is Tammy just tripping? Is Tammy justified in distancing herself from the family and hiding her new relationship? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and let's have a discussion about this. Y'all, thank you guys so much for watching. For all my regular viewers, I am so sorry it's taken forever for me to upload again. The hell I have been through these past couple of weeks. It's been a lot, but your girl is back, and I will continue to cover this series episode by episode. I will try to keep up to date and not get too far behind, but no promises. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do not forget to like and subscribe because my cat Nova is watching. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video.
We gon' turn them into stew.